Does your patient education content sound like a medical textbook when it should read like a text from a friend? If your patient onboarding content has a high dropout rate, it's not because patients don't care about their health. They're drowning in medical jargon. But with 3 simple changes, people who read your patient education content like patients and caregivers will look at it, stop thinking, psh, delete immediately, to saying, finally, somebody gets it. In this video, we're going to discuss the 3 core principles of patient education content that actually works. The kind that patients will read, understand, and act on. By the end, you'll understand why your current patient education content isn't working and the clear roadmap to fix it. Let's go. Principle number 1 is to write at a 6th to 8th grade reading level. Research shows that the average American adult reads at a 7th to 8th grade level. It's not necessarily because they're uneducated or they can't read at a higher level, but when people are sick, stressed, or dealing with a new diagnosis, their cognitive capacity drops significantly. They literally cannot process complex information in an emotional state like that. Your patients are opening your app late at night, they're worried about their health, maybe they're managing multiple chronic conditions and family life. So their reading level isn't about their intelligence level, it's about accessibility and cognitive load. I've seen people like my own parents who completely shut down when they're faced with complex instructions using phrases like, utilize the biometric monitoring interface to facilitate data capture. What does that mean? She needed something simple like, use the app to track your numbers, but that's not what it said. Here's another example. To optimize therapeutic outcomes, patients should administer prescribed medication in accordance with the dosing schedule provided by their healthcare provider, ensuring consistency and timing to maintain steady-state plasma concentrations. That's like an 18th grade reading level, according to most readability tools like Hemingway. But after adjusting the reading level, it could sound way better, something like this. Take your medication at the same time every day. This keeps the medicine working steadily in your body. Now that sentence is at a 6th grade reading level, and it communicates the exact same information. So that version would get read or remembered, while the first one, not so much. And the business impact here to making things user-friendly is huge. If patients can't understand your instructions, then they won't follow them. And when they don't follow your instructions, they won't see good results. And when they don't see good results, they churn, and your enterprise buyers see poor adoption metrics that put renewals at risk. The second principle leads with why this content should matter to the patient personally, not with medical facts. You shouldn't start your content with critical rationale like the mechanism of action, the evidence base, the technical specifications, when what patients desperately need first is the answer to, why should I care about this right now? People with chronic conditions don't wake up thinking about A1C levels or medication adherence rates. They wake up thinking, will I have enough energy to play with my grandkids today? Or how can I avoid another scary episode like the one that happened last month? So your content needs to connect the clinical solution to those deeply personal concerns immediately. Most patient education about blood pressure monitoring starts with something like this. Hypertension affects approximately 47% of adults in the United States and is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Technically, that's accurate, but it lands with the emotional urgency of a Wikipedia page. Nobody will read that and think, oh, tell me more. I think I need to do this right now. Tell me more. Compare that to something like, checking your blood pressure at home means you'll know if your medication is working before your next doctor's appointment, not after another scary ER visit. Same topic with a completely different hook. One leads with statistics, and the other leads with the patient's actual fear or desire. Again, emotional states. I have a resource for you called The 5 Biggest Patient Education Mistakes and How to Fix Them This Quarter. It's a free 5-day crash course via email specifically for health tech executives whose products serve patients or caregivers. By day 5, you'll know exactly how to fix your patient-facing content and get better adoption. So this framework is simple. Before you explain what something is or how it works, answer the question, what does this mean for my daily life? And what bad thing does this help me avoid? And what good thing does this help me achieve? After that, and only after that, do you layer in the supporting medical facts. You've earned the right to educate them because you've explained to them why it should matter, because you've explained the relevance first. They can't care about your solution until they understand the problem and how it affects them. Principle 3 is to break every complex task into micro steps. This is the principle that separates technically comprehensive content from actually usable content. Healthcare is inherently complex. You're asking patients to navigate insurance verification, medication management, device setup, data logging, appointment scheduling, and sometimes all at once. But if you present all this complexity full throttle all the time, you're going to lose engagement. If someone's at home setting up their loved one's remote monitoring device with instructions that are 7 pages long and start with complete account registration prerequisites, what does that even mean? Keep it simple with micro steps like this. Step 1, open the box. Step 2, find the device that looks like this with a photo. Step 3, press the round red button on the right side. So that's the micro step framework. First, you identify the outcome you need. Let's say patient successfully logs their first glucose reading. Then you break that down into the absolute smallest action possible. So instead of saying, set up your glucose monitoring routine, you do this. Step 1, open the app. Step 2, tap the blue circle at the bottom. Step 3, tap add reading. Step 4, enter the number from your meter. And step 5, tap save. That's 5 micro steps, and anybody can complete each of those steps in under 10 seconds. And each step has a clear, observable outcome to let patients and caregivers know if they did it right. When you don't use micro steps and you lump everything together, like log your glucose reading using the app, it's not a simple step, because what you're doing is you're assuming that the patient or caregiver understands all the micro steps in between. But when you break things down into small pieces, you can remove every possible point of confusion. And if there really is something wrong and they do need to contact support, they'll know the exact step where things failed. Breaking your instructional patient education content into micro steps helps create small wins for patients and caregivers, which will build their confidence and momentum. And if you want a specific business case for this, because the user friendliness of this is just not motivating enough for you, I'll tell you this. Just like microcopy and UX design, micro steps in your patient content will dramatically reduce support tickets, increase successful first-time task completion, and improve early-stage engagement metrics, which all directly impact whether patients will stick with your platform or abandon it altogether. So those are the 3 principles to fix your patient education content so that patients and caregivers will actually read it and use it for more positive patient outcomes. Which of these is your patient content missing right now? Drop me a comment below and tell me. I'd love to know where you're seeing the biggest gap. And if you're a health tech CCO, CRO, or founder who realizes that your patient content needs a complete overhaul, I'm here to help. Your clinical solution may be brilliant, and I'm sure it is, but if patients and caregivers can't understand how to use it, then none of that innovation even matters. Make your content accessible, relevant, and actionable, and watch your engagement metrics transform. Thanks for watching, and check out one of these videos next.